Oh, what that?
Oh, my gavel's Tom, grab my gavel. Tom, you grab my gavel. Yeah. Lady.
Thank you.
You were born. Was it? Here we go. Ready? Hey, G. Good evening. Please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance and please remain standing for the invocation by Pastor Gilda McNair. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic which stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
I'm here to give a prayer over tonight's meeting, especially during this Passover week. I want to pray a prayer of blessing over City Council, as well as the citizens here in the community. I pray over your families. I pray over anything that may be going on in your life. I pray that this meeting will be done justly, in decent and in order. And I thank you in the Holy Father's name. Amen.
Amen. This regular meeting of the Township Council is being held in accordance with the schedule of the meetings of the Township Council, established and adopted by the Township Council, which schedule designated the time and date and place of this meeting. Adequate public notice of this meeting has been provided pursuant to the Open Public Meetings Act. We are using an electronic amplifying recording device in order to obtain a clear and audible record, and request all those wishing to speak be recognized and state your name and address directly into the microphone. The recording device be solely utilized by the Township Clerk's office for the preparation of the minutes and shall be the official record of the Township Council meetings. Madam Clerk, may I have the roll call, please?
Mr. Mignon.
Here.
Mrs. Albright Troxel. Here. Mrs. Grace Love. Mr. Nash.
Here.
Mrs. Walters.
Here.
Mrs. Winters.
Here.
Mr. Mercado.
Present.
Mr. Carlemere.
Here.
Mr. Cardis.
Here.
Chief Harkins.
Here.
Mr. McGill.
Here. Madam Clerk, Ms. Grace Love is running late.
Thank you.
We have a special presentation this evening before we go into the Gloucester Township Scholarship Drawing. I asked my colleagues from council to meet me down on the floor there. This is a presentation from Penco Tech.
All of us. Yep. All of us. Okay.
Recently, council had adopted to move forward in establishing a playground called Jake's Law Playground over at the Valley Brook Complex. This playground is for special needs students, special need individuals, where it's an all-inclusive playground. And when this was introduced, there were some funding challenges. We were going out for a loan, and some business and community leaders had stepped up and had said they wanted to contribute to it. So our friends from Penco Tech, if you could please join us, two representatives, have decided to join us today, and they have a gift that they want to donate towards this playground. Again, this is adjacent to the Valley Brook Sports Complex, where Field of Dreams plays. That's for our special needs adults and students that play there. So I'll hand it over to you, sir.
Thank you very much. Thank you guys for having us today. My name is Jason Hobiak. I'm the Vice President of Penco Tech. This is my colleague, Chris Ryan. He's our COO. We've had a campus in Blackwood just around the way for decades now, and we were just looking for a good way to give back to the community. And when this opportunity was presented to us, we thought it was quite a good one. So we're happy to give back and happy to be here. Thank you guys for having us.
Do you want to disclose the amount? Your Chief Operating Officer will. Right?
So it is.
The CFO will. There you go.
It is a check to the township for $20,000.
We actually have a player here. Would you like to come up and jump in the picture? Come on, Billy. Come on, Billy. He's one of our players at Field of Dreams. Oh, he has a shirt on too. Very good. Hey, you ready for the season? 2 weeks we're going to start. Right?
Yeah, we just want to see where you were going. So,
I'll get my team's been there. You're opening this. Talk to them or not?
Thanks, guys.
I know, guys. I know. I gave you your number, Jim. So hope you. Yeah.
Yep.
Hello.
Next, we have, where a majority of folks are here, is the Gloucester Township Day Scholarship Committee and their drawing of scholarships. Mr. Hollingshead, Dr. Hollingshead, excuse me.
The microphone is turned off, Doctor. Can you put this in?
Should be on.
I turned it off.
Oh, you
There we
turned
go.
it on? Chief, you might have to help.
Took it off.
There we go.
Okay, thank you. And thank you, Mr. Mercado. We're the Gloucester Township Day Scholarship Committee, and we're very happy to be here tonight. What we do during the year is we run a number of fundraisers, and the purpose of those fundraisers is really twofold. One is to try to help improve the spirit and general overall good feeling about Gloucester Township. But as we run these various activities, we make money. All the money that's raised, every penny of it, goes back to students in Gloucester Township to help defray the cost of their college tuition, et cetera, which unfortunately seems to be getting bigger and bigger every year. And really, that's what we're here to do tonight. We have an application process. There will be a total of $41,000 scholarships awarded tonight. And those are the result of applications that we send out to every school, every high school in the area where Gloucester Township students might be attending. So it's not just Triton, Highland, and Timber Creek, but it's all of the non-public schools in the area. As long as a student is from Gloucester Township, they qualify. We have criteria for this scholarship that are purposely set up so that it becomes as inclusive a scholarship as possible. We want as many different students who are planning to go to college to possibly benefit from this, because the fundraising that we do throughout the year covers the entire township. So we want to get everybody involved to the extent that that's possible. In order to receive a scholarship or be eligible for it, you have to be a resident of Gloucester Township for at least the last 3 years. You have to be accepted in an accredited college or university. You have to score at least a combined 800 on your SATs or a composite score of at least a 17 on the ACT if you chose to take that instead. And you have to be in the top 50% of your class or have a GPA of at least a 2.5. So this is for everybody who realistically is planning on going to college. This year, we had 366 students who met those qualifications, and their names are on this piece of paper that hopefully you picked up on your way in. If you don't have one of these right now, you're going to need it. So Harry Morgan in the back, if you put your hand up, he'll bring you one. Oh, Okay, it's going to take Harry a minute. And while he's doing that, I'd like to introduce those members of our scholarship committee who are here tonight. Harry is our chairperson, and we have several other people here tonight, specifically also walking around, Danielle Barford, Mackenzie Carr, Bill Fagan, and Orlando Mercado, council president, is also on our committee. We have a number of other people too, but not everybody was able to be here tonight. I'm really happy to see as many students because I know you're on break, and you could be doing a lot of other things tonight, but not studying, I imagine. Okay, so as I said, we do send these applications out everywhere, and on the sheet that you're looking at, it's important for you to realize that it's possible that a mistake was made in typing somebody's name. That's because I did the typing. But I'm going to say to you that the number that has been assigned to each person, which is based on the alphabet, the number that's on that sheet is your number, regardless of whether we spelled your name wrong and you should be one slot higher or one slot lower. I just want to make that very clear. It's the only way we can do this. And I'm hoping that I didn't misspell any names, but I probably did. So the number that's there is official. Right now, if you're a student or a parent, you should look at that number and you need to start focusing on that number. Whatever you do to improve your good luck, start doing it now, okay? Because we have 366 ping pong balls in this, whatever you call that thing, and we're going to start pulling them one by one. After we get the first 40, and those 40 will be $1,000 scholarships, we're going to pull 10 more. Those 10 extras, we call them alternates. And the reason we do that is that I'm sure that at least a couple of the students who thought they were going to college may not go. In which case, we don't need to come back to council again and do another one of these things with more ping pong balls. We have a list in order, 1 to 10. So the first alternate is the first person to get a scholarship if somebody decides not to go to school. I should tell you that after the first 40, you may be kind of down. But last year, 7 of the alternates ended up getting full scholarships. So hang in there, and it's always possible. Also, if you don't get a full scholarship and you're an alternate, we're going to give you $100 anyway. So with that in mind, I want you to know this is the 40th year we've been doing this. During that time, we will have given, counting this year, $1,425,200 in scholarships. Thank you. And to some extent, you're applauding yourselves because it comes from the community, the participation in our various events. We had an event a couple days ago on Saturday. I don't recognize anybody here from the 5K run in that cold morning on Saturday, but that's one of our fundraisers. We also had a murder mystery back in January over at Valley Brook. So we do a number of things during the year to continue to raise money. And as I said, this year, there will be 40 scholarships, each in the amount of $1,000. You can learn more about what we do by going to our website. It's printed in blue in the upper left-hand corner of that sheet that you have in front of you. So if you have a few minutes, after all, you've got a whole week off now, go take a peek at that and see the kinds of things that our committee does. And I believe that with that, we're ready to get down to business here, which is to start calling names. So, can we start? Okay, Mercado, you want to take the first 10? When he pulls a number, hold on one second. We need the lid for the box. Okay. When he calls a number, I will try my best to pronounce the name. I'm going to apologize one time right now for any name that I mix up. I also want to remind all the students that you are not in school, which means you can cheer, okay? There's no administrators here. You can do it, have fun. That's what this is all about.
Ready?
Yeah. Two hands, though. I do.
186.
Number 186 is the first one. I assumed you would just cheer for yourself. 186 is Ryan Krieger.
Want the stand over there?
No, I'm okay. Thank you, though.
76.
Number 76. And 76 is Josellen Colin. I'm expecting a lot more noise if you actually win.
167.
Number 167 is Ryan Jennings from Timber Creek. Okay, we're getting applauses anyway. That's good. Don't squeeze them hard.
191.
Number 191, and that is, all right, congratulations. 191 is Katrina Lee from Timber Creek. Congratulations.
66.
Number 66, and that is Ava Sharonkowski from Highland.
17.
Number 17, Asaya Barker from Highland.
That's 6. 31.
Number 31, it's Julian Berardi from Highland. We're going to shake them up a little bit here. Number 108, and that is Joshua Encina from Highland. Having a run on Highland here.
30.
Number 30, Amaya Benson from Triton.
159.
Number 159 is Jason Hines from Triton. Okay, that's the first 10. We're going to have somebody else come down.
Spin this wheel. I do this. I always wanted to do that.
Gently, though. It's an old wheel. We have memories of some issues. Yeah, where
222.
number 222, and that is Nicholas McCauley from Triton.
358.
Number 358, Giovanni Williams from Highland.
25.
Number 25 is Kayla Beato from Highland.
67.
Number 67 is Connor Chambers from Timber Creek.
343.
Number 343, and that is Gioni Vasquez from Highland.
33.
Number 33 is Uroj Bibi from Triton.
99.
99 is Angela DiDonato from Paul VI.
239.
Number 239, and that is Corey Murray from Highland.
272.
Number 272, and that is Tyler Ramirez from Timber Creek.
And 326.
And number 326 is Sanaya Tibu from Timber Creek. That's the first 20. We'll get somebody else down here. It is, yeah. If not, we'll have a delay.
Okay, 59.
Number 59, and that is Charlene Kenny from Highland.
245.
Number 245 is Reese Neidig from Timber Creek.
214.
Number 214 is Charlotte McConney from Highland.
60.
Number 60 is Amarissa Caputo from Highland. Oops.
308.
Number 308 is Abdulbasit Shodolu from Highland.
322.
Number 322 is Peyton Stilo from Timber Creek. Number 91 is Angelina D'Antonio from Timber Creek.
72.
Number 72 is Morgan Clark from Triton.
255. That's a lucky number.
Number 255, apparently a good number. That is Janice Osai from Timber Creek.
211.
Number 211. 211 is Karen Madison from Timber Creek. Okay, as we get ready for the last 10, this is where you really want to focus on your number. You know, it seemed to work here, but not again. So, okay.
Good luck, everybody.
That's kind of up to you. No pressure, though.
302.
Number 302 is Sage Saracino from Highland. You don't have to spin it each time.
I don't.
No, you can just might fall apart.
13.
Number 13, lucky 13, Faith Avant from Triton. Oh, there's a request for you to reach way in the bottom the next time. Okay. It's not, oh, okay.
Is that 158?
No, that's 58.
58.
Number 58 is David Canavan.
On the bottom. 55.
Number 55 is Jesselyn Butler from Timber Creek.
Another bottom. 117.
Number 117, and that is Owen Fontaine from Camden County Technical School, Gloucester Township campus.
One 172.
Number 172, it is Tyler Jones from Triton.
259.
Number 259 is Kush Patel from Highland.
$129.
Number 129 and that is Larkin Geserick from Triton. Two more, Helen. This one and one more.
175.
Number 175, and that is Evan Keefe from Highland. This is it.
22.
Number 22, and that is Ryan Bates from Highland. We really wish we were in a position to be giving out lots and lots of these $1,000 scholarships, but there's only so much money we have. We give it all away every year. So now we're going to have 10 more alternates selected, hopefully from the bottom and the top and the middle. And so these will be the alternates in order. Number 304 is alternate number 1, and that is Lucas Schacht from Timber Creek. Number 11, that's Mia Aquilino from Highland. Number 193 is Cody Lero from Triton. Number 321 is Thomas Steele from Timber Creek. Number 299, and that is Nicholas Salamone from Paul VI. Number 143 is Ashley Haynes from Timber Creek. $242 is Charles Noroth from Highland. Number 176, and that is Rebecca Keith from Highland. Number 275, and that is Gavin Reed Ramsey from Highland. This, unfortunately, is the last one. Number 93. Did we hit anybody with the last one? I guess not. 93 is Addison Dean from Highland. Okay. Okay. Once again, I want to thank all of you for being here. I'm sorry that we didn't have a lot more smiles, but good luck to everybody as you finish up your senior year and embark on college. Thank you to council for giving us an opportunity to do this in public, and for the cooperation that council has given our committee over the years. So thank you very much. Enjoy.
Thank you, Dr. Hollingshead. We'll take a 5-minute recess. Is that it? Okay, there's more.
So no wonder.
We got one.
Yeah, that's nice. On the antenna.
They don't usually get it. Get Dawn's
Dawn's number. I'll tell her in the morning.
She'll know by then.
You think?
Yeah. They'll tell everybody. Oh, yeah.
I keep thinking it's
Yeah. Hey, how you doing? Good. Good to see you. Yeah.
So do I just do that? Can I do that?
So it's a motion for
our no parking.
so it's part of an ordinance, right?
No, yes.
Okay.
So what you want to do is add parking to take away more space.
Do you know if it's already on the agenda as one of the ordinances?
What ordinance number?
You know the ordinance number?
5.
O25, yeah, close. O25, which
These are the
one?
ordinances. You're gonna get into the
Just
resolution.
tell me what it's about. No, it's an ordinance, traffic.
It's probably 04 right here. This one,
Right here, number.
12.
So this is a first reading, and we have a second reading, which is a first hearing. At that time, you could speak on any issues that you had in reference to it. Tonight, it's basically introduce it.
Now, let me just correct you for a second. You have an opportunity in the beginning if you want to talk about anything that's on the agenda. So at that point, you could say, I wish you could say, I'd like you to table that tonight so I get a chance to talk to you more about it. You can make that request. They may introduce it anyway.
I'm at 1.7.
Well, if it's on the agenda, it's, I mean, are you saying there's more to it than this? So your request of council would be ask them to hold off on it, table it until you get a chance to meet with the mayor, and then reintroduce it at a future point in time. You might want to talk to the chief. Yeah, but he'll when he gets free, we got a break for another 5 minutes. Just tell him what you're requesting and see how he feels about it. Yeah, see how he feels about that.
State your name and your address and
Thank you.
You know, you
Tell them real quick, Christy, if you want.
can. You can.
Where's he from?
Where? Here?
That ordinance.
No.
Yeah, they
Sitting right there moving.
usually also over on the left. You're good. Like at the beginning. Yeah. You know, they said at a certain time. Oh, they said 40 minutes. It's okay. Yeah, I wouldn't blame them.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Have a good night. Thanks again for all you do.
Mom and I both have been like waiting. I'm like, please don't.
Tom, here's one issue.
He's better. Yeah. Better.
So we introduce and then you have a public hearing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thursday morning. Yeah, she was, my daughter was. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
So the first one is that. 10 months.
Okay. Okay. Got you.
Not that is yours or is yours? Yeah, nobody knew. But he's off for Saturday. Settle it. Yeah, I mean, it's, yeah. I mean, it started just with the same thing she had. And then my son. So.
It's one of those hard things. The restaurant came back 106. So it's moderate. Mildly. More fiber, fruits, vegetables, etc.
I think that's it. Oh, don't start it. 7:30, I start.
Yep. And my wife's been saying, please go.
It was 6 o'clock and I went.
Say, well, you guys ready? Oh, where's Jim?
I didn't realize it was as nice as it was.
Somebody went through the door. You want me to,
Things in there, chat.
let me go say?
Yeah. Yeah, you had, It is one. Is it? That figures.
Madam Clerk, can I have the roll call again, please?
Mr. Mignon,
Here.
Mrs. Albright Troxel,
Here.
Mrs. Grace Love, Mr. Nash.
Here.
Mrs. Walters. Here. Mrs. Winters.
Here.
Mr. Mercado.
Present.
Mr. Corlemere.
Here.
Mr. Cardis.
Here.
Chief Harkins.
Here.
Mr. McGill.
Here.
Mrs. Grace Love.
Here.
May I have a motion to waive the reading, accept the minutes of the workshop, March 10th, 2025, and the regular meeting, March 10th, 2025, and March 24th, 2025.
I'll make that motion. Second.
On the question, roll call, please.
Mr. Mignon,
I abstained from the workshop on March the 10th, 2025. Also abstained from the regular meetings on March 10th, 2025, and March 24th, 2025.
Mrs. Albright Troxel,
Yes.
Mrs. Grace Love,
Abstain from the meeting on March 10th and the workshop on March 10th. I abstain from the meeting on March 24th.
Mr. Nash,
Yes.
Mrs. Walters.
Yes.
Mrs. Winters.
Yes.
Mr. Mercado.
Yes. We'll now have our first public comment. This is for 15 minutes. It's for agenda items only. Each speaker is entitled to 3 minutes. During the public comment, if you have any questions or comments, you would make those comments and questions. And then after the public comment portion, council may respond to those comments or questions. Would anyone like to speak on agenda items only? Seeing none, we'll close the first public comment. Ordinance, the first reading and introduction. Ordinance 0-25-11, so ordinance amending chapter 67 of the Code of the Township of Gloucester entitled Peace and Good Order to establish Article 3 entitled Block Party Applications. What this does, it amends the chapter 67 Peace and Good Order to define what a block party in the process for block party applications. It defines what a block is, what a party is, the authorization to issue a permit, the parameters as far as having that event, as far as controlling event parking, sound amplification, blocking access to the street, where the application is made, and the fee of that, the cleanup after block parties, and the limit on the number of permits for block parties in a given year. I entertain, this is a first reading. A hearing will be held at its second reading. May I have a motion, please? I'll make that motion.
Second.
On the question, roll call, please.
Mr. Mignon,
Yes.
Mrs. Albright Troxel.
Yes.
Mrs. Grace Love,
Yes.
Mr. Nash.
Yes.
Mrs. Walters.
Yes.
Mrs. Winters.
Yes.
Mr. Mercado.
Yes. Next is ordinance 0-25-12. Ordinance amending chapter 81 of the Code of the Township of Gloucester entitled Vehicles and Traffic, section 14 entitled Parking Prohibited at All Times on Certain Streets of the Code of the Township of Gloucester. This section 8114 is designated as parking prohibited at all times on certain streets and is hereby amended as follows. The name of the streets are Village Green Lane North from the northerly quarter of Village Green Lane to a point 95 feet southerly therefrom. Village Green Lane South from the southerly quarter of Village Green Lane to a point 118 feet northerly therefrom. Farmfield Lane, the east side, from the easterly corner of Farmfield Lane to a point of 110 feet westerly therefrom. And then Farmfield Lane south side from the southerly corner of Farmfield Lane to a point 30 feet northerly therefrom. This is a first reading. A hearing will take place at its second reading. May I have a motion, please? I'll make that motion.
Second.
On the question, roll call, please.
Mr. Mignon,
Yes.
Mrs. Albright Troxel.
Yes.
Mrs. Grace Love,
Yes.
Mr. Nash.
Yes.
Mrs. Walters.
Yes.
Mrs. Winters.
Yes.
Mr. Mercado.
Yes. Next is ordinance 0-25-13, ordinance amending chapter 81 of the Code of the Township of Gloucester entitled Vehicles and Traffic, section 22 entitled stop intersections of the Code of the Township of Gloucester. This amends Section 22, stop intersections, to include the following: intersection Summerdale Road West and Eaton Place, where the stop sign will be on Eaton Place West. Summerdale Road West and Eaton Place, a stop sign on Eaton Place East, and the intersection of Summerdale Road West and Sherbrooke Boulevard, with a stop sign on Sherbrooke Boulevard West, and Summerdale Road West and Sherbrooke Boulevard, with a stop sign on Sherbrooke Boulevard East. May I have a motion, please?
I'll make that motion.
Is there a second on the question? Roll call, please.
Mr. Mignon?
Yes.
Mrs. Albright Troxel?
Yes.
Mrs. Grace Love?
Yes.
Mr. Nash?
Yes.
Mrs. Walters?
Yes.
Mrs. Winters?
Yes.
Mr. Mercado?
Yes. Next is ordinance 0-25-14, ordinance amending chapter 81 of the Code of the Township of Gloucester entitled Vehicles and Traffic, section 20 entitled One-Way Streets of the Code of the Township of Gloucester, Camden County, State of New Jersey. This is chapter 81, section 20 of the Code of the Township of Gloucester entitled One-Way Streets, and is hereby amended to include Summerdale Road, County Road 677, the direction westerly between West Summerdale Road, County Route 677, and 1124 West Summerdale Road, County Route 677. This is a first reading. There'll be a second reading, a hearing at its second reading. May I have a motion, please?
So moved. Second.
On the question, roll call, please.
Mr. Mignon?
Yes.
Mrs. Albright Troxel?
Yes.
Mrs. Grace Love?
Yes.
Mr. Nash?
Yes.
Mrs. Walters?
Yes.
Mrs. Winters?
Yes.
Mr. Mercado?
Yes, next is our consent agenda. Any items that any council member would like to remove, please speak up. Hearing none, I entertain a motion to accept the consent agenda as presented.
I'll make that motion.
There a second? On the question? Roll call, please.
Mr. Mignon?
Yes.
Mrs. Albright Troxel?
Yes.
Mrs. Grace Love?
Yes.
Mr. Nash?
No on 110, yes on the remainder.
Mrs. Walters?
Yes.
Mrs. Winters?
Yes.
Mr. Mercado?
Yes.
Resolution 119, resolution approving open space tax levy for 2025.
May I have a motion, please?
I'll make that motion. A second.
On the question? Roll call, please.
Mr. Mignon?
Yes.
Mrs. Albright Troxel?
Yes.
Mrs. Grace Love?
Yes.
Mr. Nash?
Yes.
Mrs. Walters?
Yes.
Mrs. Winters?
Yes.
Mr. Mercado?
Yes.
Resolution 120, resolution extending a temporary budget for the Township of Gloucester, temporary budget appropriation for 2025.
May I have a motion, please?
I'll move it. Second.
On the question? Roll call, please.
Mr. Mignon?
Yes.
Mrs. Albright Troxel?
Yes.
Mrs. Grace Love?
Yes.
Mr. Nash?
Yes.
Mrs. Walters?
Yes.
Mrs. Winters?
Yes.
Mr. Mercado?
Yes.
Resolution 121, resolution of the Township Council of the Township of Gloucester, County of Camden, State of New Jersey, governing body certification of compliance with the United States Equal Opportunity Employment Commission, enforcement guidance on the consideration of arrest and conviction records in employment decisions under the Title VII of the Civil Rights Act of 1964.
May I have a motion, please?
I'll make that motion.
Second.
On the question? Roll call, please.
Mr. Mignon?
Yes.
Mrs. Albright Troxel?
Yes.
Mrs. Grace Love?
Yes.
Mr. Nash?
Yes.
Mrs. Walters?
Yes.
Mrs. Winters?
Yes.
Mr. Mercado?
Yes.
Resolution 122, resolution approving introduction and providing notice for the public hearing and public inspection of the 2025 municipal budget.
Mr. Cars, would you like to add any comments to that before we?
Yeah, sure. So this is the 2025 calendar year budget. Total appropriations, $83,444,804.78. Amount to be raised by taxation, $60,908,670.30. That results in a local tax rate of 1.3194. Compared to the prior year, that is a zero increase.
So it's a zero increase on the budget.
It is a zero increase
That's being introduced.
on the rate, on the
Thank you.
tax rate.
May I have a motion, please?
I'll make that motion.
Is there a second?
Second?
On the question? Roll call, please.
Mr. Mignon?
Yes.
Mrs. Albright Troxel?
Yes.
Mrs. Grace Love?
Yes.
Mr. Nash?
Yes.
Mrs. Walters?
Yes.
Mrs. Winters?
Yes.
Mr. Mercado?
Yes. We have some eGov questions. Okay. Before I go into that, just to explain, we have eGov. That was created to provide greater opportunities for people that could not attend council meetings to submit an email to council and have a question answered. So the intent of it was to provide for greater transparency of local government. When this was introduced, it is rare. It's not done in other municipalities. It's not commonplace in other municipalities. So over the last few years, we fine-tuned it that it provides the administration some time to respond to some of the questions that are asked. So recently, there have been some questions that have been sent, eGov questions, that were submitted from individuals that appear not to be who they claim to be. We've had some fictitious names, addresses, and emails that have been attached to these eGov emails. So this effort to make government more transparent, unfortunately, is being abused. So today, an eGov was received, and the sender of that email did not provide an address, and they asked for that address not to be revealed. And the email address that they provided was an email address of a previous eGov resident, and the phone number that they provided was the phone number that if you wanted to call in a pothole or the light was out or your trash was not picked out as their contact number. If this individual would like me to respond to their question, they can reach out to me directly. Transparency is asked of government, and I ask that of individuals that submit this. So if that individual wants a response to their eGov, they can contact me directly. Our next eGov is from Dina Hendry of 89 Lamppost Lane. Good morning. The February 13th, 25 vendor activity report lists multiple bills for Stella Contracting that appear to be for the same job. Were those payments for the entirely separate and unrelated projects, or were they part of the same job? If they are related, wouldn't splitting them to stay under the bid threshold violate New Jersey local public contracts law, NJSA 4811-1? Who is responsible for ensuring compliance with public bidding laws? The business administrator, the CFO, or council? Does council review bill lists with this in mind before approving them? If bid splitting did occur, what steps will council take to investigate and correct it? With the 2025 budget scheduled for adoption on May 19th, what changes will council make to ensure compliance with the law going forward? Our business administrator, Mr. Carters, is a qualified purchasing agent. He makes the determination to put certain services and acquisitions out for quotes or bids. Those quotes are obtained for purchases between $6,600 and $44,000. The bids are obtained for purchases in excess of $44,000 unless there's a state contract or it's an approved cooperative purchasing system that's acceptable to utilize. So in the case of the brush, so this is the stuff that we put out on our curbs and it magically goes away and it's picked up by Public Works. Mr. Carrs has determined that the brush disposal is not required to be bid. This determination is based on the fact that the brush pile size changes on a daily basis. The township collects large amounts of brush. They add to that pile each working day. Another factor in not utilizing a bidding process is the vast variation in the composition of the pile. Unlike other municipalities, we accept stumps, roots, tree trunks, huge branches, and smaller brush. So this adds to the complexity when a contractor comes out to bid on that particular pile. This past April 4th, we had an early morning storm. For those who live in the Broadmoor section off Summerdale Road, there are severe storms that destroy trees and property throughout that section and throughout the town, in particular Summerdale Road. That brush was collected and it significantly increased the size of the brush pile. So it's for this reason that the business administrator, Mr. Carter, has determined that it's in the best interest to have the best pricing for brush removal and disposal by sectioning isolated areas of that brush pile and obtaining multiple on-site quotes for removal and disposal of each section. In regards to Ms. Hendry's question regarding the public bidding laws, if we have an audit that's taking place each year, we have auditors that are not going to lose their license if something was going awry. So that process, Mr. Carter has utilized, and we have not been cited for that. In addition to that, council does take a look at the bill list that's provided at our first meeting. All council members have any questions, they can always contact the business administrator or the CFO or me directly. The next question is from Nancy Kelly Gentili from 210 Keystone Avenue, Blackwood. According to November 26, 2024 email from CFO Christy Errett to bond counsel Jeff Winitsky, CCing Tom Cardis, the GTMUA had an ordinance in place for $585,000 before it was dissolved. The breakdown provided in that email was $100,000 for standby generators, $300,000 for sewer rehab, $25,000 for pump station upgrades, and $160,000 for equipment. The CFO stated that the ordinance became invalid once the MUA was dissolved, and the township later introduced a new bond ordinance for the exact same amount and purposes. My question is simple. Did the MUA ever receive or spend the $585,000 before it was dissolved? If not, why wasn't that funding transferred or reauthorized immediately after the township assumed control? And what happened to the original ordinance and any associated funds? I'm asking these questions as Oprah response has been shared with me. In response to Ms. Gentili, just to clarify, the MUA did not have an ordinance in place for $585,000. They had a capital budget in place before it was dissolved. The amount of the MUA's capital budget and the new ordinance adopted by the township were not for the same amount. The email that you're referencing, Ms. Gentili, CFO Errett meant to say that the prior MUA had a capital budget, but once the dissolution happened, the capital budget was invalid. The MUA did not receive or spend the $585,000 before it was dissolved. The $585,000 was an amount based on the capital needs of the sewer utility. With that, we'll go to our.
That was from Christy, in case you need it.
Okay. For now, we'll go to our second public portion. This is for 30 minutes. Each speaker is entitled to 5 minutes, uninterrupted. If you have any questions or comments, you would pose those questions to council. At the end of the public portion, we will respond to those comments. Mr. Polidoro. Mr. Polidoro, if you could turn that podium around, I appreciate it. Thank you for helping out.
Good evening, Council. Ray Polidoro from Historic Village of Ariel.
Good evening.
I don't think it's on.
Test. Yep. Again, Ray Polidoro from the Historic Village of Ariel. So you introduced a budget of zero increase, no surprise, and on odd number years. My question regarding what you guys refer to as a black box, and some more grant money coming into that. I have to believe you have an answer to this question. The total amount of money spent on a building that formerly someone was paying property tax on, and that has ceased and desist since you guys have taken it over. With all the remediation and all the money that's gotten put into it, do you have a total to date, not including the $1 million in quarterly installments that'll be going to it? How much money's gone into that building so far? Number one. Number two, I forgot that you guys didn't talk. Number two, in the very end, that building is not going to be producing any revenue. And for the art district that's been advertised for quite some time, we really haven't seen a whole lot more going on with that, at least what the sign says when you come off of 42 freeway at Blackwood Clementon Road. And what is your expectant date where it starts looking like an art district and not the money spent on a Picasso painting? I've asked this before, and I'll ask it again. What's to prevent this body from putting the MUA back together again? They proved that they could run a very efficient budget. They showed that they were not going to raise our rates. They showed that they could put money away for an emergency. You guys procured that. You took $6 million of the money that they put away, spent half of it, borrowed against repairs that was saved for, and all the while never answered the question how much money you were going to save. You still haven't answered that. So again, what's to stop you from putting the MUA back together again? And for those that watch us all on the live stream and watch it on YouTube, that see the same people come up and ask questions, the same people here, I'd ask them to pay attention to the answers now at the very end. And what were not good answers before, or even less of answers now. You spoke of transparency, and you decided that you got an eGov question that didn't meet your standards. And I was wondering if that's something you would put out to the public and allow us to be the judge of that as well. Again, it's about the MUA. It's about the job that they did, and you proved that you couldn't and still can't, and you're still borrowing, and you're still putting the town in hock and our kids and our grandkids. People can't bring their kids to this town. Who the hell could afford it? And it's only going to get worse because next year's an even number year, and we know what happens then. So thank you for your time, and hope to hear some clear, concise, and transparent answers. Thank you.
Thank you. Ms. Smithman, followed by Mr. Burns and Mr. Eckstein.
Good evening, Council. My name is Shaughnessy Smithman. I live in the SDK Millbridge Gardens apartment complex on Millbrook Court. Millbrook Court runs parallel with and adjacent to Kelly Driver Road, identified as Kelly Driver Lane on the New Jersey Transit bus schedule. The next intersecting road that connects the both of them would be considered Mill Gate. I say that because the address is 1341 Blackwood Clementon Road, apartment 341, Clementon, New Jersey, 08021, -5673. Although my doctor, Dr. Glenn McClintock's office from Lord's Medical Associates, Haddonfield Internal Medicine, was receiving notices that the building to that address was abandoned, but it's not. So the United States Postal Service, the SDK Millbridge Gardens apartment complex, and South Jersey Behavioral Health Resources, to assist me with the apartment back in the year 2015, said that it's supposed to be written 341, the apartment number, followed by Millbridge Road. Even though it's located on Millbrook Court, they said the entire apartment complex was to write their address, their apartment number, followed by Millbridge Road, no matter where you lived in the entire apartment complex, even though Millbridge Road is an actual road that leads into a housing development. I live in an apartment on Millbrook Court in the lower section of that apartment complex. When the way to write the address was changed to 341 Millbridge Road, Clementon, New Jersey, 08021-5563, it changed. It was very strange. I say this because I brought this up previously, and I will bring it up again. I'm still having complications with my identity. Oh, one moment.
Did you see that? Ma'am, step away.
Oh, no,
from
wait,
me.
wait.
No, this is, I'm not, ma'am, step away from me.
My
Move
name is
back.
Shaughnessy.
Yeah, I don't care. Move back and move away from me. Don't step up to me. Stay over here and you can address council.
Is that
Ma'am,
Sean?
ma'am,
My name is Shaughnessy Smith.
ma'am.
Do you see this? Do you
Ma'am.
see where that is written incorrectly?
Yeah, you can address council here.
All right. Well, I guess my question would be, are his cameras required to be on? Because I brought up this
they're
identity
not.
theft.
It is not required to be on.
Ms. Smithman, please address council. Please do not go towards the chief.
I have called and left a message with the police department for Gloucester Township, New Jersey, because $90,000 of a retroactive benefit amount from the Social Security disability insurance was not transferred from South Jersey Behavioral Health Resources account, where a computer glitch accidentally put more than $100,000 or close to $100,000. I don't know, because they never gave me the paperwork to identify the computer glitch. They said it went Instead of going into my TD Bank account, it went into an account with South Jersey Behavioral Health Resources without my name, just my social security number. But 148800699 is not my social security number. I just noticed that Kennedy Memorial University Hospital, now known as Jefferson Health, had my social security number incorrect. It was one of many discrepancies that I brought up with the Gloucester Township, New Jersey Police Department to investigate this fraud. They have not returned my phone call since South Jersey Behavioral Health Resources, instead of correcting the computer glitch or giving me paperwork, stopped services. Yet, someone from their office continued to call and show up at my apartment, either pretending to or actually working for South Jersey Behavioral Health Resources. I wouldn't know. That company walked me out of their office. That man, Chief David Harkins, claims to have had my information out of that office and claimed to have reviewed this fraudulent case of identity theft. He opened and shut the case without my participation. Who signed the paperwork? Who reviewed the interviews? And as you can see, the information is still incorrect and it's missing 90. I wouldn't know the correct amount because I never got the paperwork from South Jersey Behavioral Health Resources, and they sent the information out of the county of Camden to a county of Atlantic County, New Jersey. This is fraud. This is felony fraud against the federal government. You are stealing funds from people who need this money. I was forced to go onto Social Security disability insurance, told that I would not receive assistance with mental health unless I applied for all applicable money and benefits that I was entitled to. They would not stop the process, and as soon as the money went through, they stopped the therapy services. I want to know why I cannot receive assistance from Gloucester Township, New Jersey on this matter.
Thank you, Ms. Smithman. Mr. Burns?
Good evening, Council.
Good evening.
Brian Burns, Salwood Drive in Ariel. This is not a question, but I do want to make a comment. And my first comment is I want to say thank you to Councilman Nash for having the courage at the last council meeting to suggest that this protocol, where we can no longer have a dialogue back and forth, should be re-examined. I couldn't agree with you more. To me, you other folks, you don't have to fall in line and you don't have to drink the Kool-Aid. That flag there is the American flag. It gives us rights for free speech. And yes, we are free to come up and say whatever we want. But when you stifle people and you no longer had the dialogue back and forth, that to me is un-American. So let me repeat. You do not have to fall in line and you do not have to drink the Kool-Aid. Somebody mentioned it's a mayoral election year. And this protocol does not reflect well on the mayor. And I beseech you, talk behind closed doors. Pass a resolution that makes dialogue free, like America is free. I know in your hearts you have to know that this is right. You don't have to fall in line and you don't have to drink the Kool-Aid. Stand up like Mr. Nash stood up and said, I don't agree with this. Let's re-examine this. This is a community. And Mr. Mercado, in all due respect, I don't care if other communities do it the way it's done now. I don't live in other communities. I live here. So that's my feeling on that. And please take it to heart and rethink this lack of communication back and forth. I know it gets heated sometimes. It gets nasty sometimes. But that's America. And you were voted into office, you took an oath, and that oath is to uphold the New Jersey Constitution and the Constitution of the United States, which guarantees free speech. Please, think it over. It's not right. It's just not right. And I can guarantee if you polled the people here, they're going to say it's not right. Open dialogue is the way things are, change happens. If your child came home from school and said to you, Mom or Dad, I have a problem with school and I want to tell the teacher about it. I wanted to have a discussion. The teacher said, No, I'm not going to discuss it with you. This is my answer. What would you do? You would be in that principal's office the next day. I guarantee it, because I have been in the principal's offices. I have been before the Board of Education to support things in Timber Creek and Mullen where my kids went to school. And I got those things resolved through dialogue. Anyway, so the other things I wanted to mention, you guys passed a resolution that a sewer system can be examined in the Hickstown Road area. You folks got the information multiple times, but I do have a question with regard to the reexamination plan, master plan reexamination, page 59, which identifies those same blocks and recommends it become a redevelopment area. So the council has the ability to make this a redevelopment area. This is part of your jurisdiction. So my question is, do you plan, as page 59 on the master plan reexamination suggests, making the Hickstown Road properties, which are an environmentally sensitive area, a redevelopment zone? And you have this paper. I've given it to you twice. I have it again if you need it again. I'd be happy to give it to you. I have multiple copies. So the question, I also want to check up on the Murray property. Okay, and you guys get all the kudos for saving the Rosalind Bridge property, the Hayes property. This is the last piece of that puzzle. You know, we may not see eye to eye on everything, but kudos to you guys for preserving this open space. It's a feather in all of your hats. When I'm not here anymore and you're not here, that property will be there for the enjoyment of the residents. And, you know, I'm a strong advocate for protecting environmentally sensitive areas, and the Hickstown Road is an environmentally sensitive area. And you guys' own reexamination plan suggests or recommends it to be a redevelopment zone. So I would suggest make it environmental residential. You can put a couple nice homes back there and still protect, you know, the stream and the swamp pig and the other endangered, you know, fauna and flora that are on that site.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Mr. Eckstein? Mr. Giordano, you're next, and the gentleman over here.
Good evening, Council.
Good evening.
Ira Eckstein, Glen Oaks. I got a question about Resolution 2504-110. It's about $1 million. It's a little over $1 million for lights in the township at athletic locations. 593,385 I thought was part of the capital budget. But this other not almost, 400 and some odd thousand, no, closer to 500,000, doesn't appear to be in a capital budget. What's going on? On top of that, what other places are we going to put lights at? That's it.
All right, thank you, sir. Mr. Giordano?
Hugh Giordano, 57 Argyle Ave.
Good evening.
Good evening. President Mercado, I wanted to come up and personally say thank you for listening to the residents of Gloucester Township in regards to RVs, boats, and other well-maintained recreational vehicles. As you know, many of the folks that live in the township are working class. And an RV or a boat is the way that they spend time with their family, the way they enjoy their retirement. And it was an hindrance when we all received violations from being able to enjoy that. It costs thousands of dollars to update your house. Some folks don't have the backyard or the other methods of storing a boat or an RV that is properly stored. Many of the folks that I had spoken to have nice RVs and nice boats and enjoy that with their family. I wanted to personally thank you for reaching out, for understanding the issue that's in front of us. I know there are other folks here that have attended the meeting for just this issue. And I want to say thank you for supporting the working class and coming up for a resolution so that folks can have a well-maintained, not being used in their driveway vehicle here in Gloucester Township. Thank you.
Thank you. Yes, sir. You had your hand up? Yes. Yes. Sorry to point at you. I don't know your name.
You're not ever going to offend me.
A revise.
My name is Jamie Krishke. I am from Spring Lane Drive in Blackwood. I want to follow up on the RV. I was one of the people that did get a letter. I have a well-maintained RV that I keep and use a couple times a year with my children. I think the gentleman that just spoke hit it on the head. We're working class people. I drove around the township after I got this letter. I've seen a lot of vacant properties that I haven't seen before. And I'm not originally from here. I'm only here for 2.5 years. Seeing those vacant properties, there was a couple properties that, quite frankly, looked a lot worse in general than just some of these RVs. I did not see any dilapidated RVs on my travels. I don't even know all the borders of Gloucester Township. But I'm asking council to take a look at this. Right now, we've lost the picnic in June, and I'm not familiar with all the terminology because of some viable threat of 300 teenagers. I know our law enforcement people practice and they do what's right, but we're taking away stuff that this community and their families use. I think the council, I'm asking you to take a good hard look at that. Because if you have some of these people that are going to not have the means to park their RV, there's going to be more vacant houses in this community. And I don't think that's something anybody here wants. That's all my point is. Please take a look and thank you.
Thank you. Anyone else like to? Yes, sir.
Hi, John McElroy, Lakeland Road. I'm here regarding Lakeland Road, the speed limits, and the chief was nice enough to explain to me that's really a county issue, but at least I'll present my concern at this time. There's a 25-mile zone around the woman's shelter, healthcare, and then there's a homeless shelter there, and then it goes to 35 up until 168. Crossing 168 to Davistown Road, it becomes 25 again. Now the police have enforced the 25, and it's 35, and that's what I'm concerned about. I was hoping, and I was told this is not the right avenue, and he's going to have the lieutenant call me, and I appreciate that from him. My concern is that I know at night, because I live right at the bridge, the Lakeland Bridge, and I hear these guys coming, and even during the day, there's an incentive, knowing that it's going above 25, to at least do 35, and some of them are doing faster. My point is, if we could get, it's a busy area. In addition, they have an apartment complex where the people are always crossing to the car wash, and there's deer that are always getting hit. There's 2 deceased deer right now, and I called about a couple months ago about 2 other ones. They're always getting hit, and especially these guys at night. They come flying. They usually come from the direction of the stop sign to 168, and by that time they're like sometimes speeding. But I'm just thinking if they just got the whole thing to 25-mile zone, and I agree that the speeders are going to be speeders, but you know what? It's a big difference between doing 45 in a 35 zone than it is in a 25 zone, and plus people get the heads up. And like I say, I've seen firsthand how the Gloucester Township police enforced the 25 around the post office. They did a great job because people are just doing 30. The smart ones aren't doing much more than 30. You know what I mean? But that's my only concern. And he said he's going to have someone get back to me regarding this, and it is a county issue. But I want to at least present the idea because I think it's more than reasonable to get the whole situation. A Lakeland complex is 25. In fact, you cross the corner is 25, and then it starts to accelerate again after you come to the stop sign, take the left, and it starts, and then it goes up again. But that's all I have to say. Thank you for your time.
All right, thank you. Ms. Coyne? Followed by a gentleman in New York Giants hat. Sir, you're after Ms. Coyne. You'll be after Ms. Coyne.
Oh, I'm half deaf.
Oh, okay. We'll allow it. We'll allow it. Just for tonight.
Denise Coyne, Choose Landing.
Good evening.
Good evening. Under NJSA 40:69A-36 in a Faulkner Act, Mayor Council government, all powers of the municipality and matters of policy rest with council, unless specifically delegated by law. This means that you are legally responsible for every salary in the budget and must ensure that taxpayer dollars are spent transparently. This statute gives council authority to approve the budget, establish or eliminate positions, and structure municipal departments. Salary levels, personnel lines, and appropriations fall under your control, not just the mayor's. At the last meeting, I raised concerns involving $382,000 in salaries paid to Gabriella Mascaro, Primo Cruz, and Mary Jo Dentino. Gabriella Mascaro is listed as the director of the sewer utility, but is regularly CC'd on administrative emails from the mayor's office. Her calendar only had a few entries related to sewer work. Is her salary paid from the sewer department or the mayor's office? Primo Cruz earns $170,000 split between the legal department and the mayor's office. His calendar was almost entirely redacted. Why do we need an assistant solicitor at that cost? Mary Jo Dentino is being paid $92,000 for a position capped at $81,000. The position appears new. It was not competitively posted, and no detailed job description has been provided. What department pays her salary? When I raised these concerns, the council president and the solicitor said they were outside your purview. Respectively, that's not accurate. NJSA 4069A-36 gives you the power to approve and reject these appropriations and demand supporting documents before voting on them. That includes job descriptions, hiring records, and emails. There's also legal precedent in Driscoll versus Burlington Bristol Bridge Company. The New Jersey Supreme Court held that the public officials can be held personally liable if they ignore or fail to act on fiscal concerns. The court ruled that blind approval in the face of public interest violations may carry consequences. So before the final budget hearing on May 12th, I ask you to scrutinize these salaries, request documentation, and share your findings with the public. You were elected to represent the people, not protect the administration. If you refuse to do your job, the public has every right and every tool to hold you accountable. Thank you.
Thank you. Yes, sir.
Thank you for hearing me out. My name is Dutch Brooks. I live at 22 Edinburgh Road in Blackwood. I've moved here since '79, bought in the old section of Chestnut Glen, Highland Village. And I've been a camper all my life. And I moved here and had a camper all the time I've been here. Never had a problem with my neighbors. I even talked to all my neighbors. I have no problem with my campers, the RV, or anything. And my whole family's just taking it on. They all doing campers and everything else. And like I said, I'd have to spend a lot of money to try and get this in my backyard. I tear my fence down, put a new fence up. When really there's been no issues. It's not gaudy looking or ugly. And if it was an issue with my neighbors, I would gracefully work it out with them. But I know a lot of people that have campers in here and boats, and never been an issue with any neighbors in my section anyway. But I just wish that maybe it worked something out. Thanks for your time.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Brooks. We have time for one last speaker. Yes, sir.
My name is Phil Kraft. I'm at 133 Lehigh Avenue in the Blackwood Estates.
Good evening.
I've had a camper since 1985. I've lived here since 85. Take a lot of pride in my camper. She's worth 50 grand. The reason I'm telling you that is because we just bought it not too long ago. Every camper I've ever owned, extremely well kept, all registered. Since I've lived here, I've seen campers in people's driveways that have never been moved since 1985. Right practically beside Meadows Diner. It's been there. We all know it. Right on Lake since 1985. Not to, badmouth the guy. But for me to take my fence down, like I told John, which I got to give you guys credit. You hired an outstanding guy. John is a very low key, non-confrontational, easygoing, no threat to anybody. Because when I went there, I was not a happy camper. Let's put it that way. When you're screwing around with my camper and I got to get rid of that, I just bought a new truck to pull the camper to Alaska. I go camping 20 times a year. Most of the time, it's not there. I did store it in my backyard a little bit. My neighbor, I have a future Babe Ruth next to me, and he took out the window of the camper. I'm not going to tell you how much that cost me. To have somebody come out and to try to get a piece of glass for a camper is outrageous. And the last thing I want to do is have a confrontation with my neighbor when I go walking over there. As you see in everyday life, parking spots, driving down the road, you wave at somebody wrong, before you know it, you're involved in a confrontation. I don't want that with my neighbors. So you guys are kind of like getting me involved in that, where I have to go next door, because not only do I have Babe Ruth living next to me, I got his cousin behind me, and they're both accidentally hitting the balls over, which is no problem, because why? My camper's in my 40-foot by 20-foot wide driveway, very well kept. Like I told John, if everybody was like me and had to take the fence down completely, I'm going to leave it down. So I'm going to have my nice rancher, has been well kept ever since I lived there. I'm going to have a half a fence on one side because of you guys. It's really not going to make the real neighborhood look so fantastic. So I really, really think you should really look at it and at least have the people, if they have a camper, which I could name a lot of other people, throw them under the bus, that have had them there for 10, 20 years. They've never been moved. It's hard to move a camper when it's got 4 flats. So, and they got multiple other things. So you have to have like a kind of like a compromise of some sort. If the people have something really, really well taken care of, respectfully to their neighbors, which we all want our property value to stay up, you guys got to take care of that. And on one other subject, you have all these kids going to your picnics and your get-togethers. You guys have the power through the police force. If a kid does something wrong, I'm one of 6 sons. If I did something wrong, you guys didn't bother me at all. He does nothing for me. I was afraid of my father. You guys have the power to make mommy and daddy pay. Why don't you do it? If some kid ruins something, he prosecutes him. Why can't you go after these people and say, listen, you do this, it's a $5,000 fine? I have a direct answer. Why don't you do that? No, I'm curious.
I'll respond when you're done your comments.
Okay. I'll take it easy on you. Thank you for your time.
That's fine. Okay, thank you. That will conclude the public portion. I'm going to couple Mr. Kraft's comments, Mr. Brooks, Mr. Christie, and Mr. Giordano's comments. So I had a conversation with Mr. Giordano last week regarding this matter, and I had suggested that at our May workshop, and he gave me a little bit of background about just as Mr. Kraft talked about his camper and how he maintains it. Mr. Brooks, you maintain yours. Mr. Giordano, when he brought his comments, Mr. Christie, how you maintain yours. Not everyone maintains it like you guys do. So at our May workshop, I suggested that we take a look at the ordinance. We'll have the Director of Community Development, our solicitor here, counsel, and take a look at the ordinance and maybe see where we can tweak it, where we're not going to have individuals and residents incur a substantial cost or any cost to keep their trailer or camper or boat on their property. So that discussion will take place at our May workshop, which is, I believe, May 12th, yes. Correct? Yes. Okay, so that'll be advertised for that. So, but thank you very much for your comments then. Mr. Polidoro, you had questions regarding the black box, the total amount that we spent. I don't have that on me, Mr. Polidoro. And Mr. Carter, you don't have that on you.
I do not.
But we can provide that to you. We have your email, Mr. Polidoro. As far as the expected date of completion, I believe it is the fall of 2025.
I believe it is August. If they're looking to
Okay.
cut a ribbon on
Well, I'll be conservative, and you're like, it's August of 25. Okay. In regards to your comments about what's to prevent the body from putting the MUA back together, the MUA is is a sewer utility, Mr. Polidoro. You've said it again. You've asked this question many times, and I've responded the same way many times to you in the same manner. It is a sewer utility. Everyone's sewer here. Everyone's paying their $45 a quarter. Okay, they're paying it. The sewer is flowing. Okay, the money that you said that was taken by this township was sent back to its residents. That $6 million was sitting in a pot that no one was utilizing. So that has been returned to our residents. In regards to your EGOV question, Mr. Polidoro, okay, what made me the judge? I'm not here to play games. People want to send fictitious emails and names, Albert Newton, or whatever name this person was. The phone number was the phone number to contact the town for potholes. So whoever this person is, just say it, just send the email, put your name on there, and I'll respond to it. Why do we have to play games? We're all adults here. Send the email. If you have a question, we'll respond to it. In regards to Ms. Smithman, that is out of our purview, Ms. Smithman. I've told you that many times. You brought this up to us many times. That is not something that council can do for you here. That is another matter. Thank you.
Why was his camera not on?
Into Mr. Burns.
Why
No,
was his camera
Ms.
not on?
Smithman, there's no comments
That
now.
is within the purview of this Gloucester Township. Why was Chief Morgan's camera not on during this council meeting?
Officer Melendez, can you tend to Ms. Smithman here?
Where you got to leave, okay?
Mr. Burns, thank you for your comments. Free speech is expressed here, Mr. Burns. No one is prohibiting any speech. In fact, there are more people that have an opportunity to speak because there isn't cross dialogue and back and forth and name calling that's taking place. So I disagree with your comments. I respect your comments, but I disagree with them. In regards to your question about the reexamination plan, I responded to you via email that particular parcel that we discussed, that was an application, a Form A application to have a possible sewer there. Okay, as counsel, and I stated as a workshop, and I deferred to the solicitor when I said it. We cannot comment on that because there is a possible application that may go forth in front of the planning board. So as a council, we're not going to comment on that. I don't want to put us in legal jeopardy. Mr. Carmer, is there anything you want to add to that?
No, that's correct. You don't want to kind of send any message as the governing body to a planning or zoning board as to what your thoughts are on an issue going before them.
Okay. In regards to Murray property, do you have an update on the Murray property?
Murray property, we're still waiting for Green Acres. There still were issues out there of contaminants. They haven't given us the clearance. They took a while. They gave us the clearance on Hayes. That's why that one closed and the township acquired that property. We cannot make the acquisition until Green Acres gives the approval.
Okay. Thank you. Mr. Eckstein, on your regarding resolution 1110, when you saw the comments about Blackwood Kiwanis, there was additional money left over from a capital budget. Blackwood Kiwanis had met with the administration and discussed about having their lights, having another light added to their minor league field and to update their lights to LED on the what is that? The major league field. So that's where that money came from. Mr. John, thank you for your comments. The chief had spoken to you regarding that chief county issue, but you may be able to provide some guidance on him on that. Okay. And then Ms. Coyne, where Sally, you cited a part of the statute. These individuals that you had addressed, those three individuals, as I stated at the last meeting, they serve at the pleasure of the mayor. They're appointed by the mayor. We approve a budget, we approve a salary ordinance, and they have to adhere within that salary ordinance. Why do we need an additional solicitor? There are many legal matters that come before this administration and the township. There are matters that sometimes Mr. Carmer can get to. If you take a look at our bill list, you see the amount that we spend on legal fees. There are Oprah requests that our clerk is inundated with that have to go through legal review. Mr. Cruz adds another layer of legal expertise to the township. In regards to where his salary comes from, Mr. Cardis, he is chief of staff and also the assistant solicitor. Is that, do you have?
I don't have the exact breakdown, so I'm not going to put anything
Miss
out
Eric,
there.
Miss Eric still here? Or okay. Miss Eric, are you able to, do you know off the top of your head where Mr. Cruz's salary is it split between the mayor's office and
That's correct.
assistant solicitor? And
I don't know the breakdown,
okay.
exact breakdown off the top of my head, but
We can
it's
provide
in
that.
departments.
Okay. Ms. Dentino's,
Same, we could provide that.
you could provide that for me. And the wage for Ms. Mosquera is coming from the sewer utility.
That is correct.
Okay. Ms. Corn, I can assure you, no one here on the dais is ignoring any fiscal concerns, but I do appreciate your comments. With that, I entertain a motion to adjourn. I'm sorry, nope, sorry. Polling of directors.
Mr. Carlemere,
Sorry.
Nothing to report.
Jump the gun.
Mr. Cardis,
Nothing at this time.
Chief Harkins.
So a couple things, gentlemen, about the juvenile justice.
Oh, yes, thank you. Thank you.
So a couple things from, we're required to follow Attorney General's directives. Some changes that happened in 2020 limited the prosecution in certain areas. Needs approval by a county prosecutor. Again, depends on the crime. So it's not as easy. Much of that is out of the purview of Township Council. It is statewide juvenile justice reform, juvenile diversion initiatives that we're complied, that have passed the state legislature, and we follow Attorney General directives that direct us how much they can. But I can assure you that it's not just to let you know how the council, it's not on the council to, they don't have a whole lot of authority. We can pass local ordinances, but even our municipal judge is limited on his enforceability. A lot of that is handled with the family court, state family court, as far as it goes. It can be frustrating for us as well as I share your frustrations in many ways. However, that is the way it goes, and it's not necessarily the responsibility on council. Just to clarify, I can talk to you more offline to explain it, but that's that. Mr. Micklewright, again, we will be in contact with you tomorrow. We are aware of issues on Lakeland Road regularly. We'll see what we can do to help you, and I appreciate all of you. I know you from being in that area. Legitimate concerns. We'll work with the county, and I assure you, council will follow up with them on that. The only other issue I just want to address, I'm here tonight. I will meet with Ms. Smithman right now, right here, right after I offered. Ma'am, I'm speaking. Don't scream, okay?
You can make no appointment unofficially during a council meeting where I'm not permitted to respond.
Ma'am, you can report a crime anytime, 24 hours a day. We've investigated your case at length. It's been reviewed by Camden County Prosecutor for all those folks that may think that this is not. We've been if you have new evidence, new documents, I am here. I will meet with you. I will meet with you now. Ma'am, I'm speaking now.
Ms. Smithman, please.
You cannot talk about this
Miss-
case in an official
Ma'am,
capacity without my ability to speak back.
Ma'am, I'll talk to you right afterwards. I'm here.
No.
Again, I have.
Ms. Smithman, Mr. Melendez, can you escort her out, please?
And just for everyone to know about body cameras, I am not required to have a body camera turned on, except if I'm on an incident or a call for service. That is how, there's nothing. And again, I clarify, council knows this very well. Council has no authority to give direction to the police chief or a police officer. It is not in a report. The appointing authority is the mayor. On the executive, on police day-to-day operations, the police chief has complete autonomy on the operations. And I just say that because there may be folks that think that council can order me to do this or do that. It is not proper. It is not council's responsibility to do that. And again, council, I assure you this case has been investigated. I know it keeps coming up, but we will certainly help if there's any new information. But again, I don't investigate these cases. I review them. For 136 officers, a detective was assigned at that residence, been to that residence, been interviewed many, many man hours, was reviewed by me as well as many other, and we even sent the Camden County Prosecutor's Office for review. There was no probable cause to charge anyone with any crime, and we've also referred it to New Jersey Health and Human Services Fraud Unit, again, who returned to us that there was nothing, no crime involved. However, there was help was offered, referred to Miss Smith. So with that, I just want to finish and say happy Passover and have a happy Easter to everyone. Thank you.
Thank you, Chief.
Mr. McGill,
Nothing to add. Thank you.
Mr. Mignon.
Thank you all for coming, and as the chief just said, happy Passover, happy Easter to those who celebrate. Thank you.
Mrs. Aubrey Troxel.
Yeah, I just want to take a special thank you to Penco Tech for that $20,000 donation. That was outstanding. I really appreciate that, and I know that all the people that are working on that project appreciate it too. If you've ever woken up in the woods in a camper, there's nothing like it. It's a great, you get that smell of the fresh air. It's just really wonderful. So I understand the people with campers. I understand why you love them. I used to do it when I was young. I can't do it anymore. But anyway, hopefully we can work things out for you. Also, I hope that your Passover was great, is great, and I hope that the Easter Bunny brings you everything you want, and I hope you get a special blessing at Easter. And thank you for coming. Appreciate it.
Mrs. Grace Love.
Yeah, I want to quickly comment on the eGov format. What you have witnessed as an example tonight, as Council President articulated, and with stellar skill, answered every single question. What we did take away was the unprofessional conduct that was either coming towards council. We're not here to be abused. We're not here to the dialogue is fine, but a lot of times it's the abuse, and that's not. We're a governing body, and we're here to govern and support the community, but it's hard to do that when there's negative comments coming in. So I appreciate the new format, and I encourage the new format to continue. And again, as you see it as an example, he answered every question with stellar ability. And it worked very well. And as he mentioned, it was more opportunity for more of our community to speak. So I thank him for the new format, and I hope that, we are individuals, and we all have our different opinions, but I do like the new format. I want to wish everyone a happy Easter and a safe week.
Mr. Nash.
Just want to thank everyone for coming out. Also wanted to comment on a popular topic online, if you've been on any of the Facebook pages regarding the Gloucester Township Day. I want to say thank you to the chief for his leadership. We 100% support your decision. We trust you, and I think you made the right move. So thank you.
Mrs. Walters.
I want to thank everybody for coming out tonight, including Penco Tech for their donation. Congratulations to the scholarship winners. Much success in their careers. And I want to thank the chief also as well for Gloucester Township putting the safety and the health of everybody, the police officers, the families out there, because it was not a good scene last year. So to keep everybody in perspective, and to know that it's a safety issue. It's not because we don't want it. And thank you for making that decision for us.
Mrs. Winters.
I'm going to say a lot of things that were already said. So thank you to Penco Tech for the donation for Jake's Playground, which is amazing that companies are stepping forward for that. I really love seeing it. Congratulations to all the scholarship winners. It's wonderful that the scholarship committee is able to do that every year. Hopefully this year they'll be able to continue it. I know they're missing out on some of their fundraising, but hopefully we can all come together and support them with their goals. Thank you to the chief for Gloucester Township Day. It's a difficult decision. It's not something any of us want to see. And hopefully, we can move forward from this and be able to celebrate in the future. I forget what else. What else? Oh, happy Easter and happy Passover.
Mr. Mercado?
I want to thank everyone for coming out this evening and just echo what my colleagues say. Thank you to Penco Tech for the $20,000 contribution to Jake's Playground. Thank you to our scholarship committee. This is a group of volunteers. In fact, Mr. Holling, Dr. Hollingshead, the MC, has been doing this for close to 40 years on the scholarship committee. And this is very near and dear to him. And I could see how it pained him to speak at the press conference to talk about that we had to move forward in postponing the event. These are all volunteers. The money that's generated at Gloucester Township Day, the money that's generated at the beer and truck food event in October and the 5K race that we had this past week and the murder mystery, that all goes towards providing scholarships for students that are seniors in our community. So it hurts a little bit. However, we cleared $10,000 on our close to $10,000 on our 5K race this past Saturday, despite the bad weather. But they will press forward, and hopefully we can resume our activity again. So thank you very much for your leadership on that, Chief, and also to the Scholarship Committee. And I want to wish everyone a wonderful holiday, a peaceful holiday with your family. With that, I entertain a motion to adjourn. Is there a second? Second. All those in favor? Aye. Have a great evening, everyone.
Oh, my ear.
The classes are.